by the rishis. He is completely full himself. He is completely full himself with Brahman, knowledge of Brahman. So that's why he wants to help others understand who is that Supreme Brahman. So these people, they were all gathering and they were asking 6 questions actually. Of course, these various verses, I cannot tell you directly which verse was, I have to go again. So the main 6 questions they were asking is, what is the first question they asked, what's the ultimate good for the people? We usually ask, what is the best for me, right? So you can understand their consciousness. Right? So first question, what is the ultimate good for the people in general? What is the best thing for everyone to do? Then, what is the essence of the scriptures? Then, why did Krishna appear the son of Devaki? Third question. Then, describe the activities of the Purusha avatar. What are the activities? What are the Purusha avatars? You know what is Purusha avatar? Yeah, the 3 Vishnus. Karana Daksha Vishnu, Garva Daksha Vishnu. So this second creation is coming about showing how the Garva Daksha Vishnu, Karana Daksha Vishnu, he is breathing out the universes, and in each universe he goes inside as Garva Daksha Vishnu and he is creating. Now you are in the part of the creation of the universe, one universe. And this Vishnu is just a part and Amsha of the Supreme Lord Krishna. See how powerful, just one breath, it's equivalent to 311 trillion, 40 billion years, one breath. This is the life of Brahma. One life of Brahma is 311 trillion, 40 billion years, and it's equal to 1 second of Mahavishnu's breathing. How powerful the Lord is. And you must understand how that Lord is so powerful. He's going to Vrindavan. He's behaving like a normal cow and bull. Understand? So this is why we have to go step by step. So now and then after the next question was, what are the Leela avatars of the Lord? So many Leela avatars are there. If you go to Canto 1, chapter 3, all the various Leela avatars of Krishna is mentioned. You want the rest question? You can lean against the wall. Better for you. So various Leela avatars there. So there's 6 kinds of avatars which come out from the Lord. You know what are the 6? One is Purusha avatar, so the 3 Vishnus. Leela avatar, various Leelas coming to perform. Like Lord Ram, Varaha, all these are Leela avatar. Then after that another form more is there. Manvantar avatars. In every Manu, in one day of Brahma's life is 100 days. Okay, one day of Brahma is 1 Kalpa. 1 Kalpa is equal to 4.32 billion years. There is day and night. Okay. So 4.32 billion years. In that 4.32 billion years, there are 14 Manus who appear. In every Manu, there is a different avatar which appears. Like when during Gajendra Leela, Gajendra was being saved. Vishnu comes, you saw the picture, right? Vishnu is coming. That is also one Manvantara avatar. So his father's name is Hari, and Hari made a son. Harini and Hari made a son. Mother is Harini, father is Hari made a son. And he was born, his name was Hari again. So that Hari, in that Manvantara avatar, came to save Gajendra. Understand? So like that. So Manvantara avatar, Leela avatar, Purusha avatar, Yuga avatar. Different Yuga avatar. Now the Kali Yuga, the avatar is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, golden. So the 4 Yugas are there, different color is mentioned. The first Yuga is coming as, I think, I'm not sure, his name is white color, Sweta Varaha. And the next 2 avatar, I don't know what is the color. Dark. Krishna is also coming as Yuga avatar. Red and green. I don't know exactly who are they. I think green is Ram, is it? Green. Yeah. That doesn't specify. We will go to the Bhagavatamrita. Okay. So this also is the Yuga avatar, and then what else is there? The Shaktavesh avatar. the empowered incarnations, Shakti, Avesha. Like Prabhupada is also an empowered incarnation. You know, Kapila there, like even Parshuram. Okay, Vyasadeva. He is empowered to write the Jiva was empowered to write. And then we have the three gunas. They have a lot of the three gunas. So all these six avatars are being described. Everything, all these six things are being described in the Bhagavatam. So I was explaining. First question was, what is the best for all people in the world? The best is bhakti. How to do bhakti? You have to understand Bhagavatam. Okay. Then what is the essence of all scriptures? Essence of all scriptures is to surrender unto Krishna. Right. Then the third question: why did Krishna appear as the son of Devaki? That is mentioned in the 10th canto. This is the questions by the sages. And then describe the Purusha avatar. So all this description of the Purusha avatar, Leela avatar, all covered in the first, second cantos, third cantos. And last part is when Krishna has disappeared, where did Dharma take shelter? 6 questions. So Dharma took shelter in the Bhagavatam. Krishna Swadhama Pagiyate Dharma Jnanadi Visaha Kalo Nasta Drisha Esham Purana Arko Dunotidaha. I don't know what exactly the verse number. This usage. Krishna Swadhama Pagiyate Dharma Jnanadi Visaha Kalo Nasta Drisha Esham. This is in the first canto. Purana Arko Dunotidaha. So you see, when Krishna left the earth, what is the meaning of this verse? Krishna left the world, Kali Yuga entered. When did Kali Yuga come? Once Krishna left, Kali Yuga came. So now, but Krishna did not leave the world just in darkness of Kali Yuga. Krishna Swadhama Pagiyate Dharma Jnanadi Visaha. When Krishna left, Dharma and Jnana also went with him. Kalo Nasta Drisha Esham. So, but those people in darkness of Kali Yuga, how can they see now? Puranarko Tunotida, that is the Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna left, but he left behind the Srimad Bhagavatam to illuminate the entire world. So this creation, so where did Dharma take shelter after Krishna left? Krishna took shelter in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So let me see if I can find that. Yeah, I found the verse. So this is the verse. 1343. So you can see the translation there. This Bhagavad Puran is brilliant as the sun, as it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by religion and knowledge. Persons who have lost their vision due to dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get light from this Puran. So now we are coming to the point of the 210, chapter 210. Let's go to the verse 210:47. So this is talking about time. So is anybody actually really understood what is the 210 about? You all have money understand the chapter in. So this is talking about actually creation. Mostly is talking about the universal form of the Lord. If you want to understand this chapter, is talking about the entire universal form of the Lord. Right. So you know, Krishna showed the universal form to Arjuna, the Virat Rupa. Right. So now why this universal form? What is this universal form? It's something a bit confusing also. Because sometimes Prabhupada said this form is imaginary. Right? So before we can understand universal form, we must first understand how these creations and all this took place. Right? If you go to this verse, so this again is very technical topics. But if you try to understand as much as you can. go to the Madhya, six 143. Everything in the cosmic manifestation emanates from the absolute truth, remains in the absolute truth, and after annihilation enters into the absolute truth. So who is this Vishnu? This is the Mahavishnu, Karano Dakshaya. So everything emanates from him. If you see in the purport, there is a verse from the Yato vai imani bhutani jayante. From him everything has emanated. What is the meaning of Brahman is actually mentioned in this verse, Taittiriya Upanishad. Janmadhyasya yataha, from whom everything has emanated. This is how the Srimad Bhagavatam begins. Janmadhya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Janmadhyasya yataha anyaya titratasya avidya swarat. So the description of the absolute truth is given. So the entire topic of Bhagavatam is to understand who the absolute truth is. You see, so this is always happening. Ham sarvasya prabho. Krishna also says, right? Matta sarva pravartate iti matva vajantima buddha bhava samanta. Krishna says everything is emanating from me. Right? So how this happens is, now the world is manifest. Whatever you see in the universe is being manifested. Eventually, when the end of life of Brahma comes, everything gets absorbed into the Lord again. So that's why you see the verse here. Everything in the cosmic manifestation emanates from the Lord. This emanation is considered talking about the material creation of it. The spiritual creation is always existing. It's never created. Right? Everything after it goes inside the Lord and remains inside. If let's say in this lifetime we don't go back to Godhead, we keep taking birth again and again. At the end of Brahma's life, we have to go back into his body again. And that is called deep sleep. Sushutti. In the deep sleep, there is no feeling of what is happening. See, and that is like liberation also. So if you see here, 2:6, what is this liberation? In the same chapter is mentioned. So see this verse, very important. Prabhupada quoted this verse many times. Nirodhasyanam sayanam atmanam sahashaktivir mukti bhitva nita rupam swarupena vyavashtita. So remember this verse. You know, the merging of the living entity along with this conditional living tendency, the mystic lying down in Mahavishnu is called the winding up of constant manifestation. Liberation is the permanent situation of the form of the living entity after he gives up the changeable gross and subtle material bodies. So Prabhupada quotes this many times. Mukti hitva anyata rupam swarupena vyavasthita. When you give up your material form, that means you get liberation. So another kind of liberation is also merging into the Lord. There are jnanis who want to merge to the Lord, right? They want to give up they don't want to have any physical form. So for devotees, that form is that liberation we don't want. Kaivalya narakayate. Because there's nothing in Brahman. And there is a temporary kind of liberation situation when the Lord is breathing the cosmic manifestation. When you go inside his body and you absorb inside you, you are sleeping, deep sleep. You know when you are sleeping at night and then you wake up, sometimes you had a very good sleep. No? What do you say? I had a nice sleep. Right? How did you know you had nice sleep when you were sleeping? No, but how you know? You have no idea what happening. You are completely sleeping, but how you can still know? That means, why? Yeah, Paramatma always there, but you are understanding you had a good sleep, you know. It is because the soul cannot sleep. You understand? You understand this point? Soul never sleeps. You will sleep, but the soul is still able to perceive that he is having a good sleep. Just like now, if your phone, you off your phone. Okay. When you on your phone, the time is still showing the same the time has not, let's say now you off your phone at 11 o'clock. When you on your phone, the time doesn't start from 11 o'clock, it starts from 2 hours later. Understand? So when you go inside the body of Mahavishnu and you're actually in a very deep sleep, that is little bit is like a liberation platform. But you know what? Because we are not truly liberated. See, because you are not truly liberated, you want to perform karma. You understand? So because you want to perform karma, the Lord is feeling, he already absorbed you now. He's feeling that, okay, this person wants to do karma, he wants to engage in activities, let me breathe out again. Understand? So, see this verse. So take note of this verse. Just now we saw that everything emanates from the Lord and everything goes back to the Lord, right? So now you are inside the Lord, you want to perform karma. You are not liberated actually, you are agitated. So, okay, because of your desire, he again manifests. So he says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, when the Supreme Personality of Godhead wished to become many, he glanced over the material energy. Before the creation, there was no mundane eyes or mind. And therefore, the transcendental nature of the absolute truths, the mind and eyes, is confirmed. See, so in the Upanishad, there's a very interesting verse. You know this verse? Tat akshata bahushyam prajayeya. The Mayavadis like to quote this verse. One of the very famous verse. Right? Tat akshata bahushyam prajayeya. Why? You know what they say? Because the verse means, this verse means the Lord desired to become many. And he expanded himself. But actually, the many is not, we are actually the Lord's expansion only. But the Mayavadis misunderstand. They think that now God has become so many gods. You understand? They misunderstand of this verse. So the Lord desired, because you are within Him now and you desire. You desire to be performing karma. Why you want to perform karma? Because you want to enjoy the fruits of your karma. And the birth and death keep taking place because the karma you are performing, you want to enjoy again and again and again. Liberation means there is no more good karma, no more bad karma. Once all karma is finished, liberation happens. You understand? So now, you see, it says that this statement confirms the fact that when Supreme Personality of Godhead wishes to become many, the cosmic manifestation arises simply by his glancing. And how he creates? Just by glancing. Right. Now how Krishna is eating the prasadam? He is eating like that. Angani yasya shakalendriya vrittimanti pashyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti ananda chinmaya sarutsvara vigrahasya govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Every limb of his body can function. His eyes can even glance. You know, he doesn't need to have a wife to produce Brahma. Within his navel, Brahma came. Right? So now because you have desire to perform karma, the Lord creates this material manifestation. He glances and then he creates this universe. Of course, very technical. There is Mahatattva, Pradhan, all these things. So before Brahma can do creation, he has to create the framework. This is what the second canto, 10th chapter is about. How he is creating the framework of the universe. You understand? Before, you must understand this part very clearly. Before he can, Brahma can come and populate the universe must have senses. So what he creates, actually he creates many things. But first he creates the, for example, how he creates. Now, for you to see, Krishna has to see first. You understand this point? Now you have eyes to see, right? How can you see? Yes. So universal form, the sun is the eyes, the sun and the moon. So Krishna, he has to see first. After he sees, then when he expands himself, actually the universal form is within you also. The Virat Rupa is within you, but in a very minute. So when they say everyone is God, yes, little tiny God. Understand? So he had to create the entire form. He had to create the eyes which can see. He had to create the nose which can smell. He had to create the ears which can hear, the tongue which can taste. Understand? So these are the Jnanendriyas, and the skin which can touch. So this is all in the big Virat Rupa. The universal form has all these things. Understand? And then he also has to create Karmendriyas, because you may have senses, but how to perform the activities. So what are the 5 Karmendriyas? Vak, speech, because he had desire to speak. He had a desire to speak, the speech was coming. Pada, feet. Pani, hands, to grab things. Feet to walk. Then after it, Upashta, Udara Upashta, stomach, digest, genitals. Understand? Procreate, we need to produce children, procreation, you need genitals, right? And then to evacuate. So then he created these 10 senses, and including the mind, intelligence, ego. The mind is ruled by the Chandra, the moon. So every of these senses has a deity also. Like the hands is controlled by Indra. If your hand is not working, that means that the Devata who is controlling the hand is not cooperating with the body.
Eyes also the same.
Eyes is sun. Eyelids.
Like
Actually a lot of things. This is called Adi Devika. Adi Devika. Adi Atmik is the person who is inside observing. Adi Bhautik is the item. You are observing, this is the item. Adi Devik is the Devata who helps you to do that. So this Adi Devik, Adi Atmik, Adi Bhautik, you see in this verse. 2 and 14 mentioned here. Adi Devam, Adhyatmam, Adi Bhutam, Iti Prabhu, Adhyayakam, Aurasham Viryam, Vidhayate Takshanu. Just hear from me how the potency of His Lordship divides into 3 called the controlling entities, the controlled entities and the material bodies in the manner of. So the entire universe is basically these 3 things only. The Adi Atmik, the Adi Devik, Adi Bhautik. Understand? So if you go to the Adi Devam is the controlling entities, the Devatas. So once he created all these senses, he had appointed each Devata to control the senses in the universal form. Then the Adi Atma is us, we are the controller. And the Adi Bhuta is the material body. So now the Jivatma is taking the Adi Bhuta. Understand? To enjoy it. Because the Atma cannot interact with the material nature. It's not compatible. The Atma has to have an interface to interact. So that's why he's given the mind, the 3 subtle bodies and the gross body. And because now he has given this to interact with nature, material nature. And now unfortunately what happens? He thinks he's one with the material nature. You understand? You are pure Atma. You have come in contact with this earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, ego. You think now you are this. And you are perceiving the world with this. Your identity is now forgotten. You forgot your identity of Krishna's servant. Now you think you are a servant of this body. The parents who produce this body, they are my creator. The land which I am born in, this is my dearmost land. Jai Bharat Mata. Right? Understand? So there is avidya. Avidya comes and cover your intelligence. Understand? So now you are thinking you are this Adi Bhuta. You are this material body. So now coming back to the point is this entire 10th chapter I was explaining is about the universal form, how the Lord creates. So Prabhupada says, when the Lord sees, you see. We only can see when the sun is rising, right? Without the sun, how? You may say, oh, electricity is there, but how electricity energy is coming? The sun is giving the electrical energy, the water, all these are created by the God only. You cannot create water. The wind, you cannot create the wind. Correct. So that is how he manifests in the entire universe, universal form. And then when you are now created, that universal form is also into your body. You know, when the Purusha Shukta, the sloka is there, no? Sahasra Sirsa Purusha, Sahasraksha, Sahasrapad. Right? His eyes are everywhere, his head is everywhere. Yeah, that is the universal form. His eyes are also everywhere because this is also part of the universal form. Understand? So all the hands that you see, these are all part of the universal form. Actually, whatever we are having now, it's also part of the Virat Rupa only. Because it's created by him. So first he created the entire universe, the whole structure, then manifested into you now, into your material body. So basically you must understand the universal form is nothing but the material form. It's not spiritual form. Understand? So now today's verse, we are talking about time. So one of the thing about the material creation, there are many elements, and one of it is time. Because now how everything has to happen, now the form is there. Time brings upon the events. Now let's say I perform the karma. When I will get the results of my karma? Through time. Time is everywhere. Okay. Now today you are eating prasadam. Let's say you didn't eat the prasadam, you left it on the table. After at night time you see it will be decomposed. If it's decomposed means what? It means time has taken its effect. Okay. So if you see this, the verse here, 10 to 27, very long verse, I think. So now please take note of this verse. It talks about the entire material creation. Okay. So the body and the total body of the individual body are the same composition, maybe figuratively called the original three. So we are all coming from this universal form. Okay. Whatever, like I said, whatever you see in the body, it's there in the universal body, but we are in a very minute quantity. Huh? So, like I said, no, you are part and parcel of this universal form. Jai Shri Shri Radha Madhava. Your body, is universal form is created first. From there, like now the ocean is there. From the same ocean you take one drop of water, the same quality is there, but it's small. So you also are made up of this universal form also, but very small. So this is what the verse says. Okay, so it's coming from the original tree. From this tree, which fully depends on the ground of material nature, comes two kinds of fruit, the enjoyment of happiness and suffering. Okay? So we are all after this sukha. We don't want distress, we want happiness. Right? The cause of the tree forming its three roots is the association with the three modes of material nature. So after the Lord created all these things, He also created the three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas. Okay, the fruits of the bodily happiness have four tastes: religiosity, economic development, sense gratification. So then dharma, artha, kama, moksha comes, and liberation, which are experienced through the five senses. So just now we described all the five senses. Five senses of acquiring knowledge in the midst of the six circumstances: lamentation, illusion, old age, death, hunger and thirst. So we are going through all this suffering in this material body. We are not meant for this suffering. We are not meant to be in the material body at all. Adi Bhuta. Right? The 7 layers of the bark covering the tree are skin, blood, muscle, fat, bone marrow and semen. And the 8 branches of the tree are the 5 gross and subtle elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether, and false ego. The tree of the body has 9 hollows: the eyes, ears, nostrils and mouth, and rectum and genitals, and 10 leaves. The 10 airs passing through the body is the pranavayu. In this tree of body are 2 birds. One is the individual soul, other is super soul. So while all these things is being created, it is also there in the universal form. You understand? So this is the entire essence of the tenth. And time factor is also there. So if you go to one verse at a time, I'll show you. So if you go to the Guru Maharaj, Lord Vishnu is talking here. सोनातंत करकालो नादिर आदि कृतभ्यया ज्ञानम ज्ञानेन ज्ञान मार्यम मृत्युनातकम. My dear Duruva, the Supreme Personality God is ever existing, but in the form of time, he is the killer of everything. Mrityu sarvaharascha. So time is the most powerful factor. He has no beginning, although he is the beginning of everything. Nor he is ever exhaustible, although everything is exhausted. In due course of time. The living entities are created through the agency of Father and killed through the agency of death. But he is perpetually free from birth and death. This is the Supreme Lord is never touched by this time factor. So now we are discussing about the time factor in the second canto, 10th chapter. Okay. Right. So now, what else I can say? So like I said, it's a very technical topic to even discuss. But at least you understand the point now about the universal form. Right? Universe is, he has to create, then you are getting that form also, universal form. So he is also there in the heart. He is seeing when this person will come out of this situation. Okay. Now, final point I want to make is, let's go to this verse. Okay. This is from Madhya 20:170. Actually, this is from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Narada Muni goes to visit Krishna in Dwarka, right? Chitram pataitat ekena vapusha yukapatta griheshu diyashta sahasram striya ekam udhavahat. Okay. Chitram means astonished. Narada Muni goes to see Krishna and how he performed this Leela in Dwaraka. Krishna married 16,108 princes, expansions of Mahalakshmi. And then Narada Muni, when he went there, he saw, we are going to Dwaraka, right? You'll see. He saw 900,000 palaces. In every palace, Krishna was doing different activities. Okay, it is astounding that Krishna, who is one without a second, expanded himself into 16,000 similar forms to marry 16,000 queens in their respective forms. Now my question is, you know that the universal form is an expansion of the Lord's material energy, material form, right? The universal form is not spiritual, right? Correct? It is spiritual or material?
One way it's spiritual or material also. Because Lord's touch is there, that's why it's spiritual.
Yeah.
Because it's made of material.
But what is an expansion of material energy? It's not directly his.
Not direct.
Now this form in Krishna and Dwaraka, is it, what form is this?
Spiritual.
So you must understand, Krishna expands as the Virat Roop for the universe. But Krishna also expands in his own self. This is spiritual. Understand? So that's why it is said, Chitram. He said Chitram. Bataitat ekena. He was wonderful. Narada Muni, when he saw, he was feeling very wonderful. How the Lord expanded his spiritual form. But when he saw the material form of the Virat Purusha, the devotees are not interested with the Virat Roop. Arjuna, right? When Arjuna saw the Virat Roop, he was very surprised, he was very scared. He lost his friendship also. He said, oh my Lord, you are so scary form. I cannot. Everywhere there is Sahasra Shir Sahapurusha, Sahasraksha, Sahasrapa. How scary form. I don't. How I disrespected you as a friend, but you are so great, He said, no, but please show me your Krishna form only after that. So devotee is not interested in material form. Devotee is interested in the spiritual form of the Lord. Understand? So who is interested in this Virat Rup form?
Those who merge with the Lord.
Not Jnanis. So Jnanis, there are three kinds of manifestation. Krishna is everywhere as the Brahma Jyoti. Just like sunlight is everywhere by the sun. So Brahman is everywhere. But Brahman has no quality, Brahman has no form, Brahman has no activities, no variety. There is no happiness in Ananda and Brahman. There is only Sat and Chit. So Brahman energy is everywhere. So Jnanis, they are interested in this Brahman. So they perceive the Lord energy everywhere as Brahman. The yogis, they are trying to connect to the Virat Rup. When the yogis do their meditation, they are trying to meditate on the form of the universal form. That is why Prabhu, that's why they said that imagination. Because here, it is not imaginary actually.